Erica Lorraine Spencer here. This is the P.O.C. pattern of conduct, the ongoing real-time documentation of what is the criminal pattern of conduct of federal stalking in violation of 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsection 1 and subsection 2. This is the pattern of conduct underway by a public entity, that is the state of California, that is engaging in federal stalking in concert with the people of the state of California. So this is group conduct. And this is the practicing of what are the criminal elements of monitoring amongst what is the demon possessed. And so this is what is documentation of terrorism as it is underway by a public entity in concert with the people of the state who are in the shoes of the government as this criminal system is in ceaseless operation. And as the state engages in this demented group conduct, this is revealing how the public entity, that is the state of California, that is in the United States of America, how terrorism of an American citizen plays out, what that looks like, how that is facilitated amongst a people, amongst a government, how it is public corruption in plain sight, and not only that, how you formulate policy and how you prosecute that which is demonic conduct, it's demonic activity, but that which is in no way impervious to prosecution in federal court, and being subject to ratification into federal policy. This is the P.O.C. And so this will be 7FGG496, 7HSX 293. It is Tuesday, January 11, 2021. It's 9:47 a.m. AV11U93 paper, 5WBR 803 0955 3C1 6KZM 974 13653A3. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, showing video of the state's fixin moving in real time as the vehicle moves, turning at the angles, at the streets, at the same location and moment that the vehicle does. And also I'm showing you what is the state's fixin that is not remaining over 630 North Fern, contrary to what I'm showing you as I remain at after 10 a.m., after 10:30 a.m., 10:13 a.m., 10:05 a.m., very specific, precise times. As I showed you just the other day, the state's fixin remains at that 630 North Fern, and I show you at 10 o'clock in the morning as she then drives to Rite Aid, which is driving north on Fern Avenue, driving west onto G Street and entering in that parking lot. Remember that video, the state's fixin is no way in that position as it is going to what is remaining over me, driving what is south on Euclid Avenue and then east on Hope Boulevard, and this is at 9:47 in the morning. And that is showing what is stalking with light and not the sun. That is departing from what would be the actual sun remaining over that street, over that location of 630 North Fern. That's the ongoing consistent analysis. And this is just speaking to what is an ongoing ceaseless criminal system of what is state surveillance and all the ways that you are witnessing the government is engaging in surveillance with the people of the state, whose entire focus is not what is under the guise of free society, as I've shown you. And so you're talking about what is the presence of a fake sun that is over them and revealing that. And you're also witnessing what's demonic activity. And this demon possession that is in operation over a government that inspires what is stalking via helicopter at 10 o'clock at night, inspires what is demonic use of light on buildings and onto my person and wherever it is that I am, including inside of this vehicle, while all of an entity is stalking me inside of this vehicle. That is what is the center focus, and it is not on some job. In other words, the video that you see of Omnitrans stalking in the path, because that's what it is under a fake sun, on bus 1218 as I'm entering the B&G Plaza in the vehicle, and the fake sun is moving in real time. This is Omnitrans that you are witnessing engaging in stalking, and is entirely focused on me, as opposed to what is the operation of a bus line, which you would assume is the focus, and that is not the focus. The state of California is engaging in what is state surveillance, and it is occurring, it is existing under what is the audacious guise of free society and operations of business, and it's not. That is called state surveillance under the name of Omnitrans and facilitated by minions such as Tracy Banks. That's why the fake sun is over me in her car. That's why the state is aiming directed light while I'm in her car, stalking over me by helicopter when I am in her car. And that's why she is monitoring as well. She does not even care about me actually wearing a mask. That's audible activity while directed light and a fake sun is over my head. All right, and the minion she's monitoring with, Let me show you this license plate. 7KBB049 into Shiro's Liquor. Shiro's Liquor is inside of B&G Plaza while she's out here yelling. That's audible activity by a psychopath. That's P.O.C. All right. It is currently 9:52 a.m. All right. And Tracy Banks' license plate again, 4WON432. While you hear her speaking, put your mask on. She is creating audible activity while directed light flashes inside of the entrance. This overweight minion, she's got on blue jeans, black and white tennis shoes. She's rushing to her vehicle. That's a means of crossing path under the fake sun. Directed light, engineered light is on the ground in between license plate 6 and PW544, the store owner, and this minion who's using her truck as a means of stalking in the path. Her license is 22103P1. 8NXU261. This one's sitting in their vehicle as well, stalking in relevant position in the parking lot. 4CYC138. 7YWR584. 7SQZ406, 8MBY766, 8UFD236, 5SKJ051, 6PSX675, 8U14659, 7HYF074, 8CVL463, 7JLV382, 5PLZ706, 8TLJ475, 8FED335. And it's currently 9:55 a.m. These are license plates of third parties that are parked inside of B&G Plaza, where I just showed you the state's fake sun remains over the venue. And this is, again, you can go back days ago. Like I said, this documentation is already in existence. I've already shown what is stalking with the light source. I have been providing ongoing vivid illustrations of what is direct evidence, also holding it to the standard of what would be the actual sun. And again, if that was the actual sun over the vehicle at 630 North Fern, remaining until 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I show you what is, which also you already know because I've shown you the state's fake sun over that street earlier in the morning, 8:49 a.m., and it's still present at 10 o'clock, 10:05 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 10:13 a.m., whatever moment that I happened to capture video. I showed you on the first, it remained over 630 North Fern, that street, that vehicle that I was inside of for the duration of the day until after 4 p.m. So yes, you already know this is not the sun. I am showing you every vantage point. There is no argument as to what the state of California is doing and what is wrong with the state. This is demonic activity, and it is demonic possession by the people of the state who are engaging in what is demonic conduct of showing of what is a demonic obsession, stalking. And they're doing so because they are monitoring. This is surveillance by the demon possessed, and it's in violation of Title 18. Okay. So this is while you have the state's fake sun remaining over me at 10 a.m. in the morning, as I showed you just days ago. And then she's going to Rite Aid. The state's fake sun is captured in video while I'm on Euclid, turning onto Holt Boulevard, arriving at the B&G Plaza. And it's not even in the direction of 630 North Fern. Okay. It's not even in that direction. In order for me to be in the vehicle facing south on Euclid, going east, as you see the state's fake sun moving in real time, all of these minions are monitoring with Union Pacific, which is amplified audible activity, while the entity is listening to me document and prosecute it on a podcast. 8WIH333. And you're also understanding what is the demonic formula. That amplified audible activity is occurring under a fake sun and engineered light. That is P.O.C, what you're listening to. 8FEK468, 8LQT966. 7JJM835, BU75T57 paper, 7JXT938, 8P12439, 5RDS532, 7XBN346, 6EQJ965, 5HWA167, 7DEX007, 8SFP020, 7CAX296, 8KHE446, 8RFX476, 8XBV126, 8VOZ709, Mommy and Me Nutritional Center, a third-party facilitating venue. They're stalking inside of that venue. 8FAJ408. They're also molesting with the stalker 7DEX007, whose license plate I read. They were sitting in their vehicle waiting to cross path and touch with directed light. All right, that's the conduct of the sex offender, the predator. 6PQZ175, waiting to touch while they're stalking. 8SHB159. That's also Satan in what is controlling a person. This is demon possession, okay? 7Z EZ850 31299N2. But this is not suggesting that they're being compelled. You don't have a choice. You're just talking about what are animals. All right? The demon possessed are animals. 6HRC669. 8VKS181. 8AVC206. 6ZBR912. 8YTY104. 7GOT782. 6ZER714. 98430V2, 8ELB033, 5JMX969, 5WSB144, 99513D3, 8TGJ419, group stalking at Andy's Burgers. I've shown you the fake sun. I've shown you the directed light under that drive-through hood. They're not doing anything but stalking in the path. And like I said, this is state surveillance under the guise of free society. Like demons are concerned with anything else, they're not. They're stalking me. 8PZX344, 6WBF676, and that is showing what is Satan in operation over people on an obsessed level of stalking by an entire entity. 5ZEH225, UPS included, crossing path 33164C3. This demon on transit stalking with light, I'll get their license plate right now, CA09F38. And this one is license plate 6K34757. Let me show you something. All right, capturing United Airlines flying over me while I capture a demon stalking in the path, highlighting that demon's presence and the significance of it and the concerted action that that demon is engaging in. That demon is identified as a third party, acting with Brian's Automotive, acting with Andy's Burgers, acting with the demons in relevant position at that drive-thru, all under the fake sun and an engineered light, including Union Pacific. Okay, license 6WBF676. They're all loitering. I'm showing you what is directed light, and I've already shown you what is directed light underneath and on the building of the Andy's Burgers, while demons are just lining up to engage in stalking. All right, and it is the absolute opposite of what demons would have you believe, that they're focused, they're trying to order a burger. In other words, they're doing it in what is an absolute cartoon environment. These are goofy looking demons when you break down the criminal and entirely demented conduct that they're actually engaged in. They are focused on me. They're stalking. All right, and that is irreducible evidence of what is under a fake sun and indirected light. While I am facing south, showing you center ice arena, that's not even in no way coexist. It is impossible to coexist being anywhere over the Ovid Family Community Library, 280 North Lemon Apartments, over 630 North Fern, where I showed you at 10 o'clock on the dot, which I used as an example right now, where I remain, and the state's fake sun remains over the vehicle while she moves from 630 North Fern and goes to the Rite Aid parking lot on G Street. All right, directed light while this demon, 6WBF676, documenting themselves with Andy's Burger, a facilitating venue stalking in the path. 8PZX344 still loitering as well. 8VJJ816, Andy's Burgers, they're monitoring. 8YTY104 is pacing back and forth. Brian's Automotive is stalking in the path, creating audible activity. I showed you directed light inside of their garage. All right, on the same side that the fake sun was right in front of me. 8VJJ816. And while these demons move in the drive-thru, what happens? Directed light all over the wall space. This is how demons surround. License 8UEP962. This is a fat Latino with facial hair in operation of a communication device, while directed light spans all over the Andy's Burger on the side of the street that is on Plum. They're monitoring. 7MYD050. Let's see. Yeah, that Latino male, 8UEP962. And this demon is license plate 8XBV126. Alrighty, capturing an image of what is state stalking. You see the fake sun over them while they're sitting in the drive-thru. It's called relevant positioning. It's called demonic activity as well. 2203882 is called direct evidence. A whole bunch of white men, they're demon possessed. Oh no, a white and a Latino. He's a fat face, pimple face critter. In directed light under a fake sun, sitting in the drive-thru of Andy's Burgers. 8DFD371, 6DDC560, 6EDX858, 3734TJ2, I believe. License 6DDC560. Yeah, I read that one. Alrighty, and that is third-party facilitating venue Andy's Burgers, which I've heavily documented before. And they are nothing but a facilitating venue, which is the case where the state's engaging in surveillance. You're talking about what is understanding and breaking down what is the antithesis of how California presents itself. It's not a vacation spot. 6T80322. All right, it is not for what is 1516113. That's the Ontario Fire Department that likes to stalk. And I've published more documentation seeing what is the criminal conduct. The engagement in surveillance under the name of Ontario Fire Department for LUY 103. And then those demons engage in stalking me where they know that I'm sleeping, showing the sex offenders and the demons that they are. And doing so while they're crossing path, group stalking under a fake sun during the day as well. Anyway, it's 10:06 a.m. And showing what is, again, the antithesis of what is free society and normalcy in the state of California. This is called state surveillance. And the entirety of the entity is not focused on ordering burgers or going to work to make their little $12 an hour working at Mommy and Me, or selling cell phones at the T-Mobile Plaza at Metro by T-Mobile. The reason why you know this is because of the unnatural environment, and this is an absolute concern with engaging in what is ceaseless surveillance by the government, and doing it in concert with the people of the state, literally driving by to maintain presence. This is not traffic. They're not concerned about going anywhere else. They're engaging in, and you also see this by what is the evidence literally provided to me, which is directed light. All right, not only is that not even sunlight, you're not even under a sun, and they are the goofy looking demon possessed stalkers that I have shown you that they are. All right, you're talking about showing psychopaths in their raw form, unadulterated direct evidence of terrorism and stalking by an entity. License 8NRY378, and they are intentionally crossing paths to engage in stalking me. I am their focus. That's why there's a fake sun. 7DHM091, that's why there's directed light. 7AQW527. All right, that's why you have demons stalking with noise in that environment. All right, and that is showing what are demon possessions, and they're psychopaths, obsessed ones. 8WFH872, 8PDF023, 5MEF, 5, or I can't really see that one. Obsessed psychopaths, obsessed with the one, 7XAW350, who is not of demon possession. They're inferior. 42488K2, 6NQP319, 7DYW372. 7250840, and it's 10:08 a.m. 7RKJ581. 7AXD411, 3XHB700, 7SRD882. 84967W2, Suburban Propane. U.S.14685, substantially similar. License plate N233GO, 7ACB862, 09425E2, Union Pacific crossing path, 6WBF676, now coming out of what is the drive-through of Andy's Burgers. Alrighty, and the states flying over by commercial airline plane. You saw United Airlines at 10 a.m. They're hovering over Center Ice Arena, 6WND231. As opposed to hovering over the Ontario Village or over 630 North Front. 42868V1 is Union Pacific, a demon pacing on the street with directed light, just making a U-turn in front of me. That's a demon that's pacing in engineered light while the state hovers in aircraft, with the rest of the minions that are patrolling going westbound on halt. 94755L1, 8UFU108, 8NTM996. And you saw what was United Airlines. That's what that demon represents, that company engaging in demonic activity, engaging in surveillance, which is the entire focus you need to understand of what not just Union Pacific, of what commercial actors in the state of California are engaging in, including what the Ontario airport is engaging in. That's why I captured the fake sun and directed light at the Ontario airport, a venue. License 5HWA167, stalking in the parking lot, while directed light is all over, while Union Pacific is engaging in demonic pacing, and that is coexisting with what is directed light while they make a U-turn in the middle of the street. And again, they're listening to me identify them engaged in terrorism and surveillance. And so you'll have a demon that'll come and engage in more, which I'm gonna, okay, I'll prosecute you with that as well. I mean, you're talking about what are literally the futile acts of psychopaths. They're the demon possessed. License 85159Z1, Bird Tech Crossing Path. This is Omnitrans, license 1302446, bus number 1361, and molesting. Under that, which is not even the sun, and that's also not sunlight. And it is currently 10:10 a.m. Bird Tech going westbound, by the way. And then Omnitrans paces and touches with directed light. Understand how Bird Tech, the B&G Plaza, the people of the state are all sex offenders together. That molestation is serving monitoring with communication devices. All right, and then you have what is a minion, looks about 4'10", with flower tights on a black purse, and then a light blue sweater and a gray beanie hat. Gets off the bus. 6631V2, I believe, substantially similar. And that minion is nothing but engaging in what is crossing path and is formed for what is Omnitrans crossing path. They're minions that are monitoring together. Omnitrans is engaging in state surveillance. 6WNX905. How are you engaging in the cooperatives of the government that's engaging in state surveillance? The company name. 7JQB753, and it's called Omnitrans. 8UXA851, 8KPP718. And you're also able to understand and witness demonic activity, and it's in no way based on some company name. The demon-possessed are working for that company, operating that company, hiring other demons that engage in demonic activity on behalf of and in concert with that company, where surveillance is underway, which is entirely demonic. That's what Omnitrans represents. That's what the wealth of documentation demonstrates about Omnitrans, which Omnitrans did itself. I didn't have to make it up. Omnitrans did it, and I documented it. And not only am I going to publish it, it is a tutorial for understanding what is the government that is surveilling American citizens, and it's demonic. All right, even if you're outside of the state of California. It's currently 10:12 a.m. By the way, Walmart crossing path, just like FedEx is crossing path right now. All Town Transport Incorporated, non-emergency medical vehicle, crossing path using that vehicle to do so. Let me get this license plate. This is license 420XK. That's All Town Transport Incorporated. License 8VJJ816, 75632H1. I just wanted to get that license plate. It's crossing path in concert with Pepe's, with directed light, UPS with directed light. They're all a bunch of demons. All right, I have a very vivid documentation with regard to directed light, but commercial actors in particular, you've seen the demonic activity, the sexual violence, which is how these third parties that are literally called, they are literally referred to under a company name where they are doing nothing but surveilling American citizens. And I've shown you molestation with directed light by UPS, by FedEx, by Medline, by what is, I've already referenced Amazon Prime, but that is a very vivid illustration on more than one occasion. And also, it's also a molestation while those companies are engaging in surveillance on behalf of the state, with the state, while you're talking about not just that directed light, that vivid light that's occurring while you're driving by, okay? Like this is Star Trek. This is showing goofy looking demons that are engaged in admitting that they're stalking you. You're pathetic, and you're also shown to be a danger to the public while you engage in that terrorism, all right? So I have a wealth of that documentation, but I'm also talking about where the state is molesting and my shadow is surrounding all of my person, right? And then you'll have what is the engagement in state surveillance. That's what Amazon Prime is. They're surveilling American citizens, and they do it by identifying by company name and appearing as though to be focused on some operation of a business while they're creating and engaging and facilitating that environment and are present in that environment. You're present in that environment because you're a part of it, not because you are some innocent bystander. You are not us. I am subject to what is monitoring and revealing what is an absolutely abnormal environment. And that's why all the rest of the demons act like they don't notice it, they're oblivious to it, and also that they're oblivious to me while they're in it. Those are called psychopaths. That's a psychopath. And that is the operation of what is an unspoken system, which Satan doesn't have you don't have a choice anymore. Not only are you going to be forced to address your conditions, demon possession, you're a psychopath. Yes, you're a stalker. 7VXH065. You're also a very potent and real threat to the public by virtue of your condition and your criminal conduct and your audible activity, everything that they say and do showing unbalance. 8YSY878 showing how unbalanced they are, how disconnected they are from reality, and 7RZX701, 8CNK080, 7F60654, 8WBR672, 6JZL458, 7VHK175, 8YPF231, 8KXW230, 8UAZ810. All of them stalking with directed light, and this is the exact same entity stalking where it is that I sleep. The same exact entity engaged in an obsessive stalking where it is that I use the restroom, wherever it is that I'm physically indisposed, my genitalia is exposed. They engage in that stalking conduct as well. And I want to be clear, that's why you have what is directed light coexisting with, it doesn't matter whether that demon's in a commercial vehicle, it's the same entity. All right? That's the exact same conduct the entity is engaging in where it is that I sleep at night. They're stalkers. 6E MW623, and obsessed ones. Obsessed ones. 8DGG725. 96718S2. License 8XBV126 coming out of B&G Plaza, 4FVV440. San Bernardino County going west on Hall Boulevard, stalking, having nothing important to do. 8GLV429. Omnitrans going westbound, which is nothing but crossing path. Omnitrans is engaging in surveillance, and so surveillance operating under and doing so systematically under the guise of public transportation. They're engaging surveillance though, and stopping at limit and halt is a means of loitering in relevant position, engaging in ongoing surveillance with the rest of the minions who are patrolling, and they're acting in concert, right? And that's just the reality of what the entirety of an entity is doing. And it is pathetic because it doesn't have anything more important to do, contrary to what you would think, right? Contrary to what they would have you think as well. That's why you got emergency, paramedics, fire department, law enforcement, stalking. They don't have anything important to do. I am what they're doing. It's surveillance. 8ELB033, 6G33819, 7U. I can't really see that one. And that's entirely pathetic. But it is also necessary to reveal, and it's terrorism while they're obsessed with you. 33346C2. That obsession is not a compliment. That obsession is born of a condition, which is speaking to a threat that they pose to the public by virtue of their positions. I'm talking about law enforcement. I'm talking about those in the medical field. I'm talking about those in the fire department. All right, those in positions of government. 7FAS739, 5Y05474. Frontier Communications. 8X70917, 6Z29. I can't really see that one. You can scratch that. So that is speaking to that threat. And then the people of the state, you're talking about what is very deeply embedded and broadly affecting demon possession of a people. And it doesn't matter what their zip code is. And this is what I'm telling you. It is a state system. It is not in only the city of Ontario, which I've shown. I've documented this in Orange County and Los Angeles County. And by virtue of that, by the way, I don't have to go to, for example, Madera County to show you what the government is doing. The ongoing occurrence, the pattern of what is absolutely impossible, i.e. directed light, the pattern of what is stalking with the fake sun, that is revealing what the state is doing. I just want to be clear. And like I said, I won't even go beyond the jurisdiction of the state of California, but it is revealing what the rest of the country is doing as well. And that's why I don't have to get on a plane and go to San Francisco. But let me be clear, if I did, the state would be keeping a fake sun over my head. License 8WWR030. I mean, and that's born of what is a demonic obsession, even as it reveals, would further confirm, that's not the setting you're clearly stalking. And that's what the state has been doing over and over and over again. Okay? That's what the state has already done. It's already provided that. It's already made that damning move over and over again. As I documented this criminal system. It is currently 10:21 a.m. License 6VFW615, 5ETH225, CA24H80 paper. ABM, license 73066H2. ABM is some company name. PayPass towing is crossing path again and touching and terrorizing with directed light again. 5DBR980. License 5YYZ874, 98316F3, 19181V1, 8BQR922. Pepe's Towing is nothing but a hole-in-the-wall little tow truck company. They're demons engaging in surveillance and stalking, including Ryder, who is crossing path again. 115024, substantially similar to the out-of-state license plate. In the same directed light you saw them molesting me with under the fake sun while I stood beside what is Enrique's Insurance, where the fake sun was there, fake sun over me here, and riders reaching out toward me with directed light, demons that are obsessed and stalking me and engaging in an ongoing demonstration of an intent to sexually violate while they stalk and, as well, and engage in surveillance with the government. 7UGM 872, that's exactly what Ryder just did again, driving eastbound on Hope Boulevard at 10:22 a.m. License 8MNP434 BF6Z. I can't really see that one. What's paper plate? 70820V2 BEM California 09773. Substantially similar. It's a large white truck, directed light, the same demonic activity, same surveillance. A demon just hopping in a different type of vehicle to engage in presence on behalf of the state. You're understanding what our methods of form. They're doing nothing but just pacing back and forth. First of all, they're demons that are doing that. And second of all, it's the government that's maintaining ongoing presence. Just methods of form. One demon after another, after another, after another. That's all they're doing. And understand, traffic is just a means of patrolling. So are airplanes and helicopters. 7 FKF 343. Being inside of any venue, in relevant position, they're monitoring as well while that activity is being created. It's 10:23 a.m. 8BCG 274 and City of Ontario, license 1580358. WDC 505. License 7F9989, substantially similar. 4H54369, 7CHM 499, I believe. Pepe's Towing across the path again as you identify demons are pathetic. License 8NUJ537, 6FMS 585. And that is showing what is the focus. It's not on some business. That's surveillance under this name of a hole-in-the-wall business called Pepe's Towing. All right? That's P.O.C, and it's pathetic while they listen to me document. So in other words, as I say their name, then they engage in more and more of it. And what is it? That is what is group stalking is. Crossing path. Being in the path. Maintenance in the path. That's what group stalking is. That's what demons do. They intend to surround you, maintain presence all around. In their weird light, while engaged in their weird activity creation. License 0117952 8XDC 399. The Stereo City at Sultana and Hope Boulevard, they're monitoring while I'm being molested. That's activity creation for those demons in relevant position at that intersection. All right, understand that. So let me call that out. Got minions full in the parking lot in that venue. Monitoring. License 8MMZ 280, I believe. Can't really see it that clearly though. All right, license plate 7FGR847, 7UFN 575 1491079. That's a police vehicle. License 8LVP 587, 6RLS 118, 7SGA 839. 8BXM 893, 7D 90757, 1485 307. That is license 7B SR 548 8 URT 053 or B URT 053. License 5ZEH 225. All right, in that police vehicle I stated, I did not say Ontario Police because it wasn't an Ontario Police vehicle, or at least I did not see Ontario Police. It just says police in large lettering, and the lettering was green, okay? Amtrak crossing path in a large coach, stalking in the path while directed light is molesting me. They're stalking in relevant position, driving on Plum and onto transit. Like you saw United Airlines doing, stalking, flying where I am at that back street on transit. Southwest Airlines is flying where I am under the fake sun. 8Y19522. 8FDB. 6. I can't see that one. You can that. 8837. I can't see that one either. 82427 F3. That's Telecu. TELACU. And a white van. T230. It's 10:28 a.m. 8WYJ977, 5ZRT006, 7FQ, 8911, 1390898, City of Ontario, 4PUJ754, 6XTA 406, 2431 P2, I can't listen to that. 8VNK 674, 5SOZ 579, Ontario Police going westbound. 60072K1. Alrighty, and stalking at the light at Plum and Hope Boulevard at 10:29 a.m. on traffic cameras as well. License 5QF, 5CFU946 6U45505 4BPY 589. Can't let you down. 5SS, get scratched that. 8FNC 257 R86. I can't see that one either. 5LRY 841. It's 10:30 a.m. LX 158. 45770J1. Looks like 99177E3. 8RYW130. I have an old, crusty white man balding on the top of his head while he's stalking me with a communication device. Walking on the sidewalk. FedEx is crossing path from Plum, driving west on Holt. 8XTD281, I believe. Let me see that one. Entering B&G Plaza right now at 10:31 a.m. on surveillance cameras. City of Ontario loitering at Metro 102 at the south corner of Plum and Holt, stalking in the path. License 5P17072. Omnitrans license 6NDG 425. That's not Omnitrans license. 8LSB. I can't really see that one. Omnitrans is license 1399983. Bus number 1269. Directed light swiping across the sidewalk while they cross paths molesting. And it is currently 10:32 a.m. The African American who you hear playing music, that's operation of a communication device, gets on the bus with a large afro of a black female. He gets on with a black beanie. He's carrying a white plastic bag. 42057C1 is crossing path on the camera surveillance for Omnitrans as well. CA19023 is crossing path as well. It's a paper plate on the cameras of Omnitrans. 5KSP615, 30977R2. They're all crossing path with Omnitrans and stalking with Omnitrans. License plate, and it's 10:32 a.m. Omnitrans is at right here in front of me, stalking at bus stops number 7909 at the B&G Plaza. XQV946, rider going westbound also. City of Ontario, no longer loitering at Metro, now coming to what is B&G Plaza. License 7NYP104. License of City of Ontario is 1607590. License 8EXD138. I'm sorry, 22038A2. 8VXA570, and a paper plate is on the front of that vehicle. 7WVT476. 7CCB650. 5DLZ262. Capturing an image of what is that City of Ontario vehicle that I recited that license. That's called stalking in the path with light activity. It's demonic. License plate 8WGV898 56303W2 SoCal Edison. 8SVY 287, 8C78, I can't really see the rest of the one, 7DSM 867. Alrighty, in the States Fake Sun that's remaining over the B&G Plaza, I just showed you while I'm at the Ovid Family Community Library. The States Fake Sun is over the 280 North Lemon Apartments, and I show you that at approximately 10:13 in the morning. The States Fake Sun is not even in that direction. It is shown, as I showed you at 10 o'clock, it's over the Center Ice Arena while I'm on transit, moving as I move, no longer at the logo area of the B&G Plaza as she pulls up at Shiro's Liquor, remaining as United Airlines, as Southwest Airlines was flying over me, hovering, where the Fake Sun is hovering over me, not over the 280 North Lemon Apartments. 6ZK127, I believe. I can't really see that one. 7HUZ199, 8VSL668. 8GDP710, 8A79771, 917YH handicap, 8VKS181, 5JMX969, 99513D3. Seven VOV716, I believe. 7LNC165. Seven GVK854. The paper plate BM60571, I believe. Can't really see it though. Fontana Towing going west on Holt Boulevard. It's a white tow truck with blue lettering. It says Fontana Towing. Commercial vehicle engaging in surveillance on behalf of the state. 6PJW671. Coca-Cola crossing path on Euclid Avenue. License plate 8GNT212, 7SJU940, 8MSE494, 7UZW 355, I believe, 8961883, 75982F3, 5KRY219, 7XTD005, 6585, can't really see that one, 8BES664, 6RVC659. It's 10:37 a.m. 6DMF579. That's called amplified audible activity. 6PTJ904. 6RKA224. M1JOK or JK, I can't really see that one. Four 7792D1. License 8 NGM 633, 6 TSA, I can't see that one, 7 HNP 464, bus number 1362, that's Omnitrans, which is westbound at Lemon and Hall, crossing path and loitering at that bus stop across the street. Um, 8 LEU 962. 41154U2, 8FQR961, 5GGA 947, 92714B3, that's reliable. Environmental, 8VKR660, 7MDU855, 8VPY074, 6948Y1, 7DNA 979, 9DA 878 or 818, that's Arizona. Six ZBP 008, 8 SED 700, 7 UMY 300, I believe. It's 10:40 a.m. This is a paper plate, I believe. BM26C10 on a black Mercedes, exiting B&G Plaza. And what you hear is a car horn. That car horn is audible activity at the same time that directed light appears underneath the bus hood of these minions that are sitting next to me, while that black Mercedes with the paper plate crosses path. That's a simultaneous engagement in the criminal elements of monitoring. It's demonic activity, and that is showing the ongoing concerted action of demons who are monitoring with communication devices, by the way. That ongoing use of directed light and crossing path and loitering in the presence. 53. I can't really see the rest of them. 4LD 5326 is the back license plate. That's a large truck. D, it's towing going westbound at 10:42 a.m. A317773, 8S91629. PUY 941 83365 into Rider 16116E2 6SBA 695 6C, I can't really see that one, 7DDS 242 8WSM 877. United States Postal Service going westbound 8SFN. I can't really see the rest of them. These are demons just making noise as I move. Stalking with audible activity. That's what the demons do while the state fills the venue with directed light. Stalking with noise all day while they're focused on me. That's all that they're doing. It's state surveillance. And it's goofy looking demons. License 8FVY. I can't really see that one. It ends with 058, but I can't really see the rest of that thing. Frontier Communications going westbound on Hall Boulevard now. XFW 914. CO93 J1. It's 10:44 a.m. License plate 8LSA 933. I'm sorry, BLSA 933. 09421T2. 8XDR 8VDR 545, I believe. 7GPX 664 6UV 5776. Ontario Fire Department. 1332549, I believe. Substantially similar. That's Ontario Fire, ETC GRG. They are stalking in the path just like every other demon with directed light on the ground under the fake sun. Doing the same thing at nightfall where they are stalking where I sleep. 6AWS051. License plate 7EXZ518. FedEx crossing path again going north on Euclid Avenue, and it's currently 10:45 a.m. License plate 8JTH518. $67683 67683R2, I believe. Can't really see that one. That's a commercial vehicle. 8NMH769. License 8LRM184. 8BDG. I'm sorry, 8BGDV. You can scratch that. I can't see that. 84066Y2. 8J62559. 8SUG 865. Let's see. 7BNM763. 6XXT474. This is a dark blue Acura license. 8EYP653. 8NBS337. 6AWX799. I'm sorry, 6AWX999. BV670. That's a handicap. BV670. City of Ontario crossing path again, just like I showed you on video, under the fake sun. It's 10:48 a.m. License 3SHX 593, I believe. Can't really see the rest of that one. 8XDT 281. It's 10:49 a.m. Let's see. That video that I just captured, by the way, at 10:45 a.m. License 8VRZ 884. Sherwin-Williams going west on Holt Boulevard right now. That video that I captured of the state's fake sun is showing what was the fake sun over the 280 North Lemon Apartments. Not even in that direction. 8NEH 244. And those are the circumstances under which an entity is engaging in surveillance. Oops. License 26807P2 7BSS 754 5YBE 9. I'm sorry, 5YBF 697. That's a demon creating audible activity. Okay, so 5YZZ 397. CA5. I can't see that one. That's a paper plate. BV01 613. 8HET 029. License plate 7DSM 867 7LWB 484 8LJG 069. 7VOM 547, I believe. This is Tufesa, TUFESA, bus or coach number 340, touching with directed light. 9888 9U2. Another Tufesa, coach number 815, going westbound Tufesa International. They're like golden brown coaches. 38090A1, touching with those demons who are using coaches to stalk in the path and to touch with directed light. It's 10:52 a.m. and they're going eastbound on Holt Boulevard. And so you're understanding what is an entire focus of an entity while that environment remains present. It doesn't matter the commercial vehicle. 06071P, when you're understanding what is the focus of an entity, which is surveillance. And that's why that demonic environment is present. The demon-possessed are engaging what is interstate stalking. They're monitoring with communication devices, maintaining that environment for that criminal purpose on behalf of the state, and not focused on operation of some business or making some delivery or delivering mail or delivering goods. 8PUV202, they're stalking in the path. And they're doing it in plain sight under what is the guise of supposed to be free, normal society. 8WKC 798. And it's currently 10:52 a.m. That's the state creating amplified plane activity. Alright, it is 10:53 a.m. License plate 21218 B3. I can't really say that, but that's Chino Towing, though. Chino's Towing, using their commercial vehicle to stalk in the path. The government's use of the people of the state engaging in state surveillance is implicating what is interstate stalking, while many of these businesses are engaged in interstate commerce while they are entering state lines to engage in the surveillance of another, which the government is systematically engaging in through the people of the state. And also it is relevant with regard to understanding how the government is engaging in surveillance amongst and in concert with the people, the way that you are framing legislation in order to confront that, to address that malicious system, which is also sexually violent. 8LVA018. 8YBS 864, I believe. 10:54 a.m. 6TXM153. That was M as in Mary. I can't even see that one. 8TON497. 8WQL715. 7RFG754. 8N45644. 8AVC206. 3PHL286. 85532P1. Tiger Electric. 8VCR310. 6BKV194, 83390B3, California 491447. License 8AJG087. License 31229N2, 31299N2, excuse me, 7KGE223. 7ZEZ850, 7UHG141. XP75349, 1 Corinthians Transport, engaging in demonic terrorism, monitoring American citizens. X400YZ, looks like a Utah plate. 6JPU628, BO36X10 paper. 8ZAX935, the same entity you saw at 10 p.m. flying over me by helicopter, flying over right now, while 5JNV722 crosses path. And 1 Corinthians 18, that truck, crossing path, stalking, engaging in demonic terrorism, quoting scripture on their vehicles, all right? It doesn't matter what the venue calls itself, including if it calls itself a church, already, or some pantry for giving out food to the homeless. It's state surveillance. 34049S2. And that was the state flying over Ontario Town Square, flying over the Ontario Fire Department, and flying over where I'm at the B&G Plaza, amplifying the audible activity as you heard. At what is 10:57 a.m. The Sheriff's Department crossing path as well. They're monitoring to that helicopter activity coming from transit. Coming from Lemon. ESC7FF, I can't really see that one. License 1350803. That's the Sheriff's Department. Demon-possessed stalking surveillance. 8VHF 767. 7LIE651. License 75632H1. License 82799 on that vehicle. 7HLX159. Omnitrans going westbound at 10:58 a.m. 6EFP042. 7P52688. RWF660. 6ACT096. 8PWR707. Rider going westbound again. License plate. I can't really see that license plate. EFC613. Another out-of-state license plate. It's white with blue colors on it. Black lettering. FEU215, I believe. License 935530. Gateway. That's the name of the truck on the trailer. 7EVX9025. I can't really see that one. Not on the trailer, on the door. It says Gateway. I didn't see the rest of it, but that is a large truck crossing path. 8SEY008. In operation of the communication devices, as all of them are while they're crossing path. 7NXM681. So in many ways, understand what you are witnessing, the non-difference, if you will. The state of California, at least, and the state of California is in the U.S., is not different from what are other third world countries where they're keeping their keeping citizens under the type of reality where you don't have any rights, where you don't have any privacy, you have very limited whatever it is that government says that you have. They don't have any expectation of that. I want to be clear, the U.S. is not different. This is the reality of what is going on in the U.S. And it's actually very disturbing. It's revealing what's a demonic system, and this demonic system is taking form in what's supposed to be contrasted to such third world countries, or like Russia. Like I said, it's not different at all. The government in the U.S. has created a false expectation, a fallacy of having constitutional rights, 7 ELZ 163, while using the very people who incorporate that country to violate your rights and keep you under surveillance, in direct conflict with the very founding documents of this country. Right now, that's entirely malicious. That's nothing that you think of other than in the depths of hell. But you also are witnessing demonic activity while directed light and a fake sun, stalking with light. Those are demons doing so. And I've also documented SENSATIONAL, molesting with directed light, crossing path 52063B1. Remember that was on December 8th, where the fake sun was over me at that intersection, and that same demon-possessed stalker bearing nothing but a company name, engaging in surveillance with the government. It's crossing path right now. License 7X GD 429, and Omnitrans approaching at 11:01 a.m. License 1545799 to molest. And I'll document this employee. P.O.C. All right, on the bus at 11:03 a.m., showing you the fake sun that remained while I remained at the B&G Plaza, nowhere over being in front of the entrance area of the Ovid Family Community Library. As I've engaged in that ongoing documentation revealing what is surveillance by state. This is again bus number 2345. And arriving and engaging in molestation. And I also took a picture right now showing what is the fake sun as I'm on the bus, and it's in the window, and the state maintaining that presence on through the window of the bus that is now driving eastbound on Holt Boulevard at 11:03 a.m. This is P.O.C. and state surveillance in ceaseless operation. You have literally what is the obsessive stalking by those who are getting on and off the bus. It is the ongoing P.O.C. It is 11:03 a.m. 5 FPK 121 at what is campus and Holt Boulevard right now. It's like 4. I can't really see that one. Oh, this is a Nevada plate. It's like license plate 832M14 8LWC 122. And it's 11:04. That's P.O.C. at Cardenas. That's where the bus stop is. Directed light on the bus, fake sun in the window. I documented Cardenas before, by the way. Engaging in what is harassment while the fake sun was over that venue. Southwest Airlines hovering over the Cardenas. All right, that's where we stopped for UQF 481. Sorry, that's for UQF 381. 7VVY 349. 5MZX 803. I think I might have read that one already. Passing Allen, Bonneview. On Holt. Allen turns into Bonneview.
Okay, Long Street.
Passing Verona and Holt Boulevard, approaching Grove, 8 VEP 019.
Grove Avenue. Stop requested.
5KXC 366.
Please use rear doors.
Sí, posible.
Now, as these minions request stops or are at the bus stop waiting to get on, they're engaging in the engagement. They are engaging in what is the ceaseless operation of activity creation. All right, for purposes of monitoring. And there are demons that are doing that pursuant to knowledge of what I'm doing as I'm doing it, acting in concert with, for example, a bus driver who needs somebody to request to stop before, well, no, actually, these demons have engaged in literally stopping on the side of the road. But ordinarily, what's supposed to be the operation of some system, that's a figment of your imagination. It's just a bus driver stopping at a bus stop while a fake sun is over you, which you're ignorant of. Directed light is all around you, which you're ignorant of. And then you are understanding what is state surveillance in operation while demons surround, engaging in stalking you with an environment and stalking you with audible activity, monitoring you with communication devices on behalf of the government. License 4UQF381, yeah, loitering in relevant position. 80561H2. At Grove, and I showed you the state's fake sun at Grove and Holt. 8FMB 857. I can't really see that one. And it's currently 11:07 a.m. License 6VLD421. And in the background, they're just minions crossing path under the fake sun that remains in the window of the bus, directed light that remains on the bus, and also demons that stalk with activity, switching spots on the bus, making noise on the bus. It's the same demonic behavioral patterns. Psychopaths engaging with a state surveillance. Goofy looking demons, showing them in their raw form. While the state keeps its fate night, Swift Transportation LLC, crossing path. And while the state's fake sun, as I showed you, remains at the B&G Plaza and now remains in the window of the bus as it is in transit to the city of Fontana. That is the departure from being anywhere present to be visible on video, contrary to what I captured yesterday at 1:58 p.m. Remember that. All right, it's an ongoing P.O.C. And I captured that yesterday where Sean Thrasher engaged in criminal summoning. And that is speaking to what is federal prison while the pattern of conduct is underway, and you are seeking to obstruct justice and threaten the liberty of the one whom you are placing under surveillance and sexually violating. That's why directed light is in your bathroom. You're a violent sex offender and a psychopath. Okay, you're talking about not having all your marbles, literally not operating in reality. You're documented and you're going to be prosecuted, and you threaten liberty with the entity. Understand, you're summoning the entity with whom you're monitoring. Law enforcement, who are demons. They're demons. That's a psychopath, okay? And the fake sun's nowhere near the entrance of the Ovid Family Community Library, which the sun is not going to remain over a single address anyway. But I'm just showing you what is that ongoing stalking with the fake sun pursuant to what is surveillance. So while the state follows me, 94573H2, the state is engaging in that ongoing demonstration of stalking and terrorism with the people of the state. And it's 11:10 a.m. Ontario Police, 157-653, vehicle 1017, that license plate substantially similar. It's vehicle number 1017 on the traffic cameras of Vineyard and Hall under the fake sun that's at this intersection of the Circle K at 1850 East Holt Boulevard. License 8SEV 686. And also understand the conduct of demons while they listen to me prosecute, speaking to criminal summoning 8APY145. You have those demons engaging in visible presence. They're listening to every word that I'm saying. That's the conduct of the psychopath. That you are engaging in summoning while you're monitoring together with them. That's what criminal summoning is, and that's the grounds of federal prison. Airport Drive. I've been referring to it as Airport Road, I believe. Airport Drive, I believe. Yeah, Airport Drive. Teleco, Transport, Walmart, crossing path, directed light in the shade on the driver's side, on the ground while they're stalking in the path, and the fake sun is on the passenger side through the window as I've shown you on video.
Airport Drive, 10 minutes.
Welcome to Ontario International Airport, Terminal 2. You are using Alaska.
This is license plate. Let's see, 94662H1. It's 94662H1 at the Ontario Airport. The fake sun is over the bus while it's on the grounds of the airport. 8JCF501 5XHA731 7MPD424 7VLE572 8XVX360 stalking in the parking lot, crossing path while the bus is in motion on the property. 8FO776 is very similar. 6YGK410. 6WPH. I can't see the rest of them. Let's see. It's funny. Union Pacific is in the parking lot of the Ontario Airport. Let's see. 7V. All right, I can't really see that one. I want to say 7YQY, but I can't see it. You can scratch that. Eight NFX640 7UO3856 72776F3 6CHD640 PROTKU EC918 handicap 8PLT250. These are those parked at Terminal 2 is where we're at. Heart, SILLA. 62657Z1. And it's currently 11:15 a.m. Fox Rent-A-Car crossing path. Fox Rent-A-Car is facilitating videos also on halt at the nearest intersection of the vineyard where I showed you the state's fake sun. Also, Fox Rent-A-Car is adjacent to where I was and across the street from the San Bernardino County building at 1647 Holt Boulevard, where I showed you on November 17th the state kept its fake sun over me while I was at that bus stop, and Omnitrans documented engaging in what is harassment while they know that I'm documenting them. The state's fake sun was right over my head. Fox Rent-A-Car is a facilitating venue on Holt Boulevard. So they are crossing path under the fake sun, which I have shown you in substantial video, is moving over the property of the Ontario Airport, keeping in the window of the bus. All right, Ontario Airport doing this. I'm sorry, Ontario Police doing the same. It is 11:16 a.m.
Archibald Avenue.
(7E38944) 91535R2 1SXYO. Can't really see the rest of them. We're driving north on Archibald, where I've also shown you on video the state moves its fake sun north, keeping it over the bus, following street for street. I've shown you on video the state keeping its fake sun over while the bus then turns to drive east on Inland Empire, street for street. The state's fake sun remains over. Frontier Communications, crossing path on Archibald. At the 10 freeway bridge, that's what we're on. Under a fake sun. Not remaining over the 280 North Limit Apartments in alignment with the entrance of the Ovid Family Community Library. FedEx group stalking on Inland Empire inside of the inside of the facilitating venue off of Via Molinara. This community is, let's see, called Parkside. FedEx is stalking in the path. The City of Ontario is stalking in the path. And it's 11:18 a.m. Swift Transportation's crossing path at Haven and Inland Empire, as well as the City of Ontario group stalking on Inland Empire. That's the use of sirens. It's audible activity and directed light under a fake sun at Porsche and Inland Empire at 11:20 a.m. La Quinta Inn is monitoring. This is, what's this address? 3602 on the opposite side of the street. All of these hotels and these restaurants and these law firms and the banks, Martinez and Associates, 3595-2, City National Bank. Their facilitating venue is 3633 Inland Empire Boulevard. Robert Half, Fifth Third Bank. That's why the state is remaining over me with a fake sun and directed light remaining around me, while the state is also using the means of sirens. That's Banner Bank, a facilitating venue. And you can look at a map because this is where the state is moving its fake sun. 4141 looks like CBRE and Pacific Lending. The Mathis Brothers, the CarMax, this shopping plaza where I've also been showing you the fake sun over me while I was at the Staples at what is the Sam's Club. State's Fake Sun was directly over me. I documented this in addition to the Ontario Mills. This is in 2021.
Stop requested. If possible, please use earphones.
Si posible. Favor usar la puerta trasera.
Passing Inland Empire, and let me see where this cross street is. This is where the Ortho mattress is. The Remax. Yeah, this is the plaza where the Staples is. And the State's Fake Sun is right up remaining through the window of the bus. Right, and you are not, the actual sun is not both maintaining ubiquitous presence, by the way, as you are moving in real time, as you see the minions as they're going in the opposite direction, as you see while I remain at the B&G Plaza and the minions of Omnitrans and Ryder and the Ontario Police Department and the Sheriff's Department. The fake sun is not moving in real time through their windows. It's remaining over me while they are crossing path. And it is also not at the same time maintaining that ubiquitous presence while I'm in motion, and then 24 hours later showing you what is the maintenance of that stationary presence at a particular address. Right, and so that is how you are also prosecuting an entire entity while you engage in that pattern of conduct, revealing how you operate. That's what the state is doing it under a fake sun, which is what the state of California is doing. And it also, again, like I said, this is Pacific Standard Time, because you want to engage in stalking and terrorism with a fake sun, which is relevant to Pacific Standard Time and what is not possibly the sun in any other state, by virtue of what is that one star, which is the sun, which is not hovering over you, and it's also not remaining over one city and one county, over one person, over one building, as my documentation shows, pursuant to Pacific Standard Time. License 8CAT599, I believe, or BCAT599 at Milliken and Inland Empire. It is 11:23 a.m. KWY 556 88. Oh, I can't really see that one. FedEx crossing path under the fake sun while we are at the Ontario Mills. 8 GNH 382.
82 and RTA. SGN 644. DGG 775. It's 11:25 a.m. JB Hunt crossing path. This is P.O.C. The state's fixed and is stationary over the bus at the Ontario Mills, and these minions are just patrolling all around. 5CNR 684 GRLD 786. DT5211 handicap, stalking in the parking lot. Where these venues are: Bone and Broth, Happy Day Spa, McDonald's. This is on the property of the Ontario Mills Mall. KBD or 8KDB 778. It's 11:28 a.m. TQK 928. 8YJS 658. 7MYM 272. 8LUG 222. RICSYL 7WWA 392, 6TSB. All right, 64824D3 rather. Get that one instead.
4th Street.
5TGS 306, G45OZO 6CO5342. Monitoring with the City of Ontario using another dumpster truck sitting in the parking lot, creating light activity, and doing so while the bus is loitering at the bus stop. That's what City of Ontario and a dumpster truck is doing. They're monitoring together, and the big sun is over me. That's the municipality engaging in surveillance, and that's all that they're doing. Goofy looking demons, all right, showing the psychopaths and the stalking that they're engaging in, and doing so in dumpster trucks, in municipality vehicles, and consumed with nothing but what is stalking and surveillance in the position of the government, by the way. That's the municipality. FedEx crossing path on the property of Costco at 11800. We are on 4th Street. This is the one across from the Ontario Mills group stalking. License 7PBR034, I believe. I'm trying to see the rest of that one. Ontario Fire Department crossing path in a paramedics vehicle. Rancho Cucamonga Fire, truck 17, stalking in the path where the bus is stopping at, what is this, Kaiser Way? We're on 4th Street. It's American Medical Response, the San Bernardino County Sheriff, license 1516304, another San Bernardino County Sheriff vehicle, under the fake sign at Santa Anita. That's where we're at. And this is sad. This is called P.O.C. You can engage in creating a car accident, some service, and they're monitoring together. 7NME641, monitoring with having a neck brace on. They're under the fake sun, and there is no form. It's really, really pathetic. They go to extremes, and that's why those same actors engaged in kidnapping and keeping a fake sun and directed light over me inside of their safe facilitating venues. They're doing nothing but showing you how they operate. It is, by the way, 11:33 a.m. at that scene, which is the engagement of light activity, stalking in the path, and doing so in concert with the people of the state. Walmart crossing path and monitoring with law enforcement. That's what that is. That's the sheriff, American Medical Response, and Rancho Cucamonga Fire.
West Valley Detention Center.
Where the fake sun is moving along on the bus while we're passing the state facilitating venue of the West Valley Detention Center, where those deputies have multiple shadows inside of that venue, which is abnormal lights and possible light activity, and those minions in those vehicles stalking in the path, engaging in what is supposed to be the outward form of focusing on providing emergency services, and it is literally the form for demons to stalk, create light activity while they're engaged in surveillance together. And that is all that they are consumed with. That's why a fake sun, as I've already shown you in a wealth of documentation, is remaining on the bus over me while they are in the path, engaging in demonic activity together. Those are goofy looking demons, as you show what they are actually engaged in, having nothing more important to do. Surveillance is what they are doing, and that's surveillance in the name of Rancho Cucamonga Fire Department, surveillance in the name of American Medical Response, which you have seen. Directed light like it's Star Trek along the curb while they're stalking in the path in front of the vehicle, December 8th. Recall that documentation. And they're monitoring now, showing you that how they do it with the people of the state. It's 11:36 a.m. CR608.
Cherry Avenue.
(9G50250). That's SIA, S-A-I-A. That's a large truck. Directed light on the ground in the shade of the bus that's along the driver's side where I'm sitting. And the fake sun is on the passenger side. That is a commercial vehicle stalking in the path. Under the fake sun, stalking with directed light. 7NLG030. Cherry and San Bernardino Avenue. 8HQK785. GS159 handicap. 8M60019. The same minion that was group stalking, creating music using their operation of the communication device at bus stop 7909 just boarded the bus right now. Black beanie, African American male, engaging in surveillance with law enforcement. A demon-possessed stalker with the demon-possessed that are law enforcement monitoring together. Getting on the bus right here at Cherry and San Bernardino Avenue.
Redwood Street.
(7TPC 012). Beach Avenue and San Bernardino Avenue at 11:43 a.m. 6DOU 812. State's fake sun is moving in alignment with the bus. So as the bus is driving east, 8SYC 499, and then as the bus will then turn what is south onto Juniper, the state's fake sun will make that same turn at that same second at that same time. All right, and that is again not the sun as I showed you yesterday, contrary to what I showed you in video, that's remaining at the entrance area of the Ovid Family Community Library, aiming direct light into the entrance area of that venue, by the way, while it's moving in real time on San Bernardino Avenue in the city of Fontana, remaining over me as I then walk to the Fontana Lewis Library. I've already documented all this, and that's what the state is doing, and that's what the state is going to do, and it does not coexist with remaining over the entrance area of the Ovid Family Community Library in the city of Ontario. And as I showed you as I entered that venue, as I showed you during the 10 o'clock hour, Pacific Standard Time, and 1:50 p.m. Later that day, in order to document what's criminal summoning while the P.O.C. is underway. And understand that conduct, which is not the sun, is at which the Rancho Cucamonga American Medical Response and the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, including the people of the state, are stalking in the path. Whatever it is that they call themselves doing, providing emergency services, they're doing it while ongoing surveillance is ceaselessly underway, with knowledge of the fact that they're being documented, engaging in what is a pattern of kidnapping as well, and doing so under what is an impossible environment, and that is what is superseding what are the implausible and unpersuasive forms of demons who are engaging in nothing but surveillance. That's why a fake sun is over you while you're trying to focus on the provision of medical services to a third party, in direct light and under a fake sun. All right, that's what that reveals. Again, that was at Santa Anita and 4th Street. The state acting directly. T740H0.
Citrus Avenue. Stop requested.
At Citrus and San Bernardino Avenue in Fontana.
Imposible. Favor usar la puerta trasera.
It's currently 11:48 a.m. at San Bernardino and Oleander. And the state's fake sun remaining in the window while the bus continues on this street. No longer continue in that direction. Will engage in what is then going south on the specific street of Juniper while the bus turns onto that street. Okay. This is P.O.C. at Cypress and San Bernardino. 7JBD 247 at Cypress and San Bernardino at 11:48 a.m. It is 11:49 a.m. and as the bus then now is preparing to proceed onto Juniper, the state's fake sun no longer proceeding on San Bernardino Avenue, proceeds onto Juniper, where the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department 158399 is essentially similar, which is on camera of the Omnitrans bus as well. 8KAZ 806 at that corner, associated with those venues at that corner of Juniper and San Bernardino, where the Sheriff's Department is meeting to engage in crossing a path under that fake sun, which is exactly what they were doing at Santa Anita and 4th Street, by the way. Stalking. It's 11:50 a.m. 7U38869 6KIZ077 at the third-party facilitating venue, Dino Papavero.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
Sí, posible. Pablo.
South Fontana Transit Center. Service by Loss 1961 329. On the right, Victorville Valley Transit. And BB.
8HQP 905 5FLW 163. Those demons are patrolling in traffic. These demons are patrolling on and off the bus under the fake sun and directed light. This is at Marigold, the plaza anchored by El Super, 5T18787. 8JEH543. 8RKZ076. 8MZK710. 7RDW663. It's 11:52 a.m. Seven BJW761. 8WWL386. This is audible activity and directed light and patrolling their crossing path onto the bus. Nine 7622C2 7WLA 719. And it's 11:53 a.m. 8BTJ 410 5WVK 022 8789 683 7VUH 261. Group stalking at KFC on Sierra Avenue while the fake sun is directly over the bus as it's driving north in Fontana. It's again 11:54 a.m. (6ELU 509 7XUX 601) 7FWR 021. 8YDW979.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
Sí, posible. Pablo.
8
Creation of audible activity in directed light, by the way. Number 1314, crossing path at the Fontana Metrolink train station as they're approaching right now. All right, showing the state's fake sun at arrival of the the Fontana Metrolink train station. And the state's fake sun, as you see in the window of the bus as she's driving on what is Orange Way from Sierra Avenue. And it remained in alignment with the bus the entire time. Excuse me. Take it past you, thank you. As it remains in alignment with the bus the entire time, where I'm documenting the state acting directly and vicariously. Thank you. Acting directly and vicariously, stalking in the path under what is a fake sun. So you're going to recall that, and also it's common sense. I'm documenting them in relevant position under what is impossible to be the sun. As I show you, as I arrive at the Fontana Metrolink train station, but they're engaging in that, and I'm talking about the Sheriff's Department, American. Can I help you? Huh? Anyway, this is license 1545799, bus 2345, driven by Omnitrans. That's the one that arrives at Beach Plaza, where I'm subject to monitoring with the state. And so what I point out in this video also, you're looking at what is street for street, just like I was speaking to as I'm identifying the license plate of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, of the Rancho Cucamonga Fire Department, of American Medical Response at the intersection of Santa Anita and 4th Street. You have what is the ongoing obsessive stalking by the City of Ontario. They are stalking street for street, corner by corner, going to whatever property, which is a facilitating venue, while the state, as I show you upon my arrival at the Fontana Metrolink train station, is keeping a fake sun over me through the window of the bus, place by place, in the same way that the entity is stalking place by place. And I've already demonstrated this. I'm just showing you the consistency of my documentation and the criminal conduct of stalking by government, the continuity of purpose, what is surveillance by the government. All right, and just as I stated, stalking in the path under a fake sun while appearing to be providing emergency services to a third party. All right, Route 61, that license plate, well actually it's a different one, license 1545806, which is 2258 Golden Path, and it's 12 p.m. and I just showed you the fake sun that they are engaging in that conduct under the fake sun, molesting while I'm on the bus, molesting while I'm not on the bus, stalking. Omnitrans is engaging in state surveillance under the name of a business such as Omnitrans 7UMA414. Route 14, directed light, bus 1314, license 1479379, 7GJY7118NCF034. And understand, as I capture that fake sun in the window of the bus, that's Metrolink, that's going westbound. That's a means of light activity. Relevant positioning, every minion on that train is stalking in the path as the fake sun is over me at the intersection and directed light is surrounding. All right, and that is Metrolink's engagement in that pattern of conduct. Metrolink is engaging in surveillance. That's how they do so. And arriving at this time in order to do so, by the way. Like I stated, 7M60698, 8RVZ594, 6CIJ694, 8 6YX216 38498F2 ELPANC1 5TXG856 6UMF882 7HUF 984 6YAC 843 7JSV 322 6NNS 312 23667G3, I believe, 5SDD 156 8UBU 989 6VVD 697 7G70 384, I believe. Can't really see the rest of it. So like I was stating, the impossibility of that being the sun while you're looking at what are demons who rely on the outward appearance while they're engaged in surveillance on behalf of the government, representing the government. And that's what the Rancho Cucamonga Fire Department was engaging in. They are demons engaging in surveillance under the name of Rancho Cucamonga Fire Department Truck 17, stalking in the path where the fake sun was right over me. All right, and you're understanding how a state engages in surveillance and their focus. They don't have anything important to do. What they're doing is surveillance, period. And they are focused on that. That is why they are doing so in such incredible manners with fire trucks, with the ambulance vehicles, and with San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department vehicles stalking, focused on me, and engaging in what is light activity, using those vehicles to engage in that criminal conduct while they are stalking in the path, being the demons that they are in positions of government, showing what is the threat to the public, while they are both engaging in and commissioning criminal conduct and surveillance by the people of the state, all of them of that same condition, while they are in that demonic environment together as one. This is San Bernardino County Fire Department under the fake sun. License plate 1471025. That use of a car alarm is the means of audible activity under the fake sun and indirect light. 7RXF698 97019A3 CV074 handicap. 7BCE 304. All right, Del Cid Transport, U.S. dot 2462399, MC 893706, California 0390402, GW 80.000. This is Del Cid. Del Cid is spelled DELCID Transport. It's associated with Lancaster, California. This is a Latino male driving this dark gray truck carrying a white trailer. It's got the number 700 on the front of it. He is stalking in the path under the fake sun and using a large truck to do so. And the license plate XP74129 U.S.C. 7CID 022 8JFT 849 8WYX 362 8CTN 501 7JE 058. And it is currently 12:05 p.m. now. Alrighty, and if that was actually the sun that was over the Ovid Family Community Library, as I'm documenting the engagement in criminal summoning by Sean Thrasher, who has what is a fake sun over that venue, directed light throughout that venue, including inside of the private space of a bathroom, which is speaking to what is a sexually violent and criminal intent to engage in surveillance, including him. All right, in the grounds of that library, filled with directed light as well. Understand, you're talking about what is the pattern of conduct while you are summoning what is summoning upon the absolute violation of no law, by the way, but under no circumstances where you're documenting surveillance is some distraction from what the government is doing, which is surveilling you and sexually violating you. You can supersede that. You're talking about what are psychopaths, the demon possessed, engaging in obstruction of justice, and that was a fake sun over that venue, while the criminal act of summoning by that entity that is a sex offender, 8XSJ623, and that's why that fake sun was over the Ovid Family Community Library, aiming directed light, not even sunlight, inside of the depths of that venue, as I've already documented as well. All right, and so you're talking about what is exclusive with regard to what, as I'm showing, the ongoing ubiquitous presence of a government engaging in surveillance through a people. Ovid is nothing but, Ovid Family Community Library is nothing but a sex offender, but it's nothing but a location where the government is maintaining presence, engaging in ongoing surveillance. And that's why that abnormal light, directed light, is present. 77646T2, 4VIN 773, 8LLZ 687, 8JPC 342, 8XLZ 363, 7STVO 76. And that is how I'm able to capture, by the way, a light source and not the actual sun over my head while I'm on the bus, arriving in the city of Fontana after I showed you what is the state's fake sun in the city of Ontario, which is west of the city of Fontana. It is not a light. It is not coexisting at the same time over my head in both cities at the same time. 7JVM
816, operational communication device 7MDR154. And then also not only present as I walk into the, arrive at the library, remaining, as I show you on video at 1:50 p.m., 78079C3, 8XVX167, and that is the P.O.C. and its demonic activity. And like I said, you would think, and I'm being facetious, they don't have anything more important to do. AW48138, the fire department does not have anything more important to do. American Medical Response, the paramedics of the Ontario Fire Department, whatever city you want to fill in the blank with, does not have anything more important to do. What they are doing is surveillance. That's what they are designed to do. They're doing it under the guises of company names, of agencies of the entity, while surveillance is underway. All right, period. And you are understanding what is that impossible environment that is revealing the malice with which they do so. It is 12:07 p.m. And I'm going to Sierra Avenue, 8EMX 978, 8XUG 290, 6RDP 952, 8JNH 533, 90108U1, 8BPB 604, CA26H12, paper 6XMC 734, 13017T1, and it's 12:08 p.m. This is P.O.C. License 7CXW313, 8NES 847, 79512R2, 6LVJ 730, BF32G73, paper 8YDJ 468, 4FZU 888, 8GQM 463, 5NDA 753, Idaho 1A392LF, that's Idaho license plate, and 24G6053, that's a little scooter motorcycle thingy. 8YYN 227, AW60CO7, 8LJA 278, 7CG 976, 7NLR 739, 7NMN 227, 8SDP 261, PXJ 8559, Texas, 7NYP 839, 4ZPW 637, 6EZS 012, 5V29 480, 7ZPD 091, HADIYA, 7YGC 923, 7U83534, 6CFB 087, I believe. Can't really see that one. 8EXR 455, BE70E60, that's paper. 8XVG 727, 8PXG 308, 7W1 2269, 5TWA 735, and no license plate. Those Latino males driving around in a Hyundai, an operational communication device covering up license plates. License 52048M2, 6UUH024, waiting for me to arrive. Gets out the car as I arrive at the corner. License 7MMB805, 8YHA343, 8GLN795, Chico's Towing, that's the one with 5204 8M2, 8SHL982, 7ENP235, 8XSJ726, 8J82564,
76930 Water, Fontana Water Company. And while they're all touching, I have a minion that stands next to me at the street light with their communication device monitoring to that. That's the sex offenders who are monitoring with me. And that's a black-faced, demon-possessed stalker engaging in surveillance with law enforcement. 8 FOV 653, 7 KMZ 555, 6 TJM 992. Fontana Water Company is license plate 7B28528. License 7 PPW 144, 8 GSB 095, 49802G3, 8 SXX 291, 2 HERCO, 7 KUH 132, 7 JID 452, 6 DOU 812, 04028U2, 6 DNV 469, 4 ZJG 415, MUE, AT&T crossing path with license 8M12224, 7S8 8UTN 649, and it's 12:15 p.m. 5 TRS 535. FedEx crossing path again, 5 LTZ 611, 7 REB 728, I believe. 7 REB, yeah, 7 REB 728. Excuse me. 8 GED 177, 8 DLR 110, 46280W1. Let's see. Yeah, I think I read that one. 7 WBC 388. Amazon Prime crossing path into the fake sun. And the fake sun that's over me at Arrow Boulevard now and Sierra Avenue at 12:15 p.m. It's P.O.C. Directed light across Citibank while minions are at that venue, and at nightfall in the same directed light while they are stalking in that parking lot. Using the ATM as no form for demonic stalking and surveillance on behalf of the government. Citibank is the identification of the venue where they are present, stalking and monitoring with communication devices while directed light swipes across their venue. And while a fake sun is directly over me as I'm walking now on Arrow Boulevard. License 6RBC408, 7ZTM, 7ZNMTN5, 8JSE410, 6ZYJ272, DFU887, all of them demons. 8RGF406, 13166Z1, 8FXZ298. All of them demons engaging in surveillance, state surveillance, having nothing important to do. It's very, very pathetic. It's very sad, but it's very true. But for documentation, you wouldn't even believe it. Couldn't believe it. 55007V2. And it's 12:16 p.m. We're in the parking lot of the Fontana Chamber of Commerce. Shared by the demons of the John Roberts Fire Station. Stay facilitating right now. 8PHL324, XPH354, 7V, ZC538, 7MPR480, 6ZND170, 8LXL506, 8KUL227, 4XWJ821, 7WRT685, 24R8567, that's a motorcycle. 7ROK449, 7PGD489, 6DQK346, SuperiorService.net, license 70103D2, 4ZBE180, and it's 12:17 p.m. 8NCJ622, 8XXZ917, 7GTM 406, 8YXS 238, 8AJT 885, 8BRS 528, 8RUU 592, 7REZ 760, 5VUY 464, 7FFW 134, 6TWF 278, 5TMG 287, 7KVG 213, 8GMC 474, 8STR 795, 8NBL 007, 7ZZD 053, 6ZAD 713, 8URG, I believe, 8UHG 411, and it's currently 12:18 p.m. All right, showing you what is stalking in the path. These are minions meeting at the entrance of the Fontana Lewis Library. And this minion, as I start using my camera, stalking in the path, 91990R2. That is the demon's focus of arriving visibly. That's called stalking with activity. And doing so under a fake sun. And it is 12:19 p.m. at the Fontana Lewis Library. I just want to document, this is P.O.C. at the Fontana Lewis Library posting up a sign, which is a method of obstruction of justice while they know that I'm here to document, and they're engaged in surveillance, as they've been documented engaging in. But I want to be clear, they put up a sign closing of the computer lab stating that they are, quote, short-staffed. And I want to be clear, they are not short-staffed with regard to what is maintaining group stalking presence in direct light and under a fake sun. It is a method of obstruction of justice while they know the exact documentation that they are surrounded by, and that follows me here and from this venue. That is what I was told right now upon my entrance at 12:21 p.m. That's the computer lab where the state aims directed light and keeps a fake sun, and those minions are documented engaging in that stalking conduct. All right, understand that's what's relevant, and that's what that is about. Alrighty, it is currently 12:21 p.m. at the circulation desk.
Were you checking out?
Checking out books? No, I just had a question.
What was your question?
Do you guys have a computer lab that is operational? Did you guys close down that one? Do you know why?
That's our coffee bar, our cafe lab. So all of the computers are operational. Any blue computer screen, either here in children's or upstairs, is available.
Yeah.
That one's just specifically you're able to have snacks and drinks in there. But it is closed until 2 today. We will reopen after 2.
Do you know why?
I think we're having a program in there.
You think you're having a problem in there?
A program.
Oh, a program in there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not because you're low
So
on
we'll be closed
staff.
till 2.
Okay, got it. What's your name? Cynthia Delgado?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any of our blue screen computers.
Blue screen computers. I haven't been over here, so let me see. Those over there? Is there any other computers also?
Yes,
Are there any upstairs?
There's some to your right in children's and some upstairs in adults.
Okay, I haven't been up there in a long time. All right, thank you. Excuse me? All right, this is relevant positioning, and it is also placing me at a different location inside of the venue where the P.O.C. is remaining, okay? So I just want to point that out, and providing any sort of verbal explanation as to why they're closing down a computer lab is nothing but audible activity. And it is also speaking to what is more exposure while the pattern of conduct is underway. The engagement and the elements of monitoring is ceaseless, and it is also pursuant to what is knowledge of the fact that they're being documented. And so in that computer lab where you've seen that ongoing impossible light activity, understand the interest, and it does not change the existence in that documentation that's already been captured. All right, so I want to point that out, especially as I'm showing you the directed light that's inside of the computer lab and the depth of from what is facing Sierra and Spring, and then that directed light that's in the computer lab that is facing the Arrow Boulevard after I show you the fake sun that's directly above the entrance, as I showed just right now again upon my entrance. All right, so I just want to point that out. These are the interests which is futile. You're talking about what is never going to occur anyway,
That's directed light inside of the grounds, and also the ongoing acts of what is essentially harassment while you are monitoring documentation. And the fact that you've got directed light inside of your venue and you're engaged in surveillance in the bathroom, you're engaged in stalking with audible activity, which is terrorism, and then you're aware of the documentation that I've already captured inside of your venue. And that's what that is relevant to. I want to be clear. It is 12:26 p.m. This is P.O.C. All right, a couple of things. First of all, showing you at 1:42 p.m. the fake sun that's over the Fontana Lewis Library, over what is nearest Lerner, Sierra, and Spring Street. And that's directed light that fills that portion of the library where I'm at. It's not sunlight. It's never actually going to occur either. Even if the actual sun was over the sky space over Fontana Lewis Library in the city of Fontana, it's actually not. That's the state's light source that is over a different portion, impossible to coexist with the documentation of it keeping it over the entrance area of the Fontana Lewis Library. Also light activity, that's impossible to coexist while the state is keeping its fake sun over that entrance area of the computer lab. And also that light activity inside of that computer lab that's already documented is impossible to coexist. This is also that which is, I'm showing you juxtaposed that to the state's fake sun remaining over the Overwood Family Community Library entrance area, aiming directed light into the depths of that library. And you're talking about what is not only impossible because of the shaded structure at the entrance, entering in through the doors, spreading out as I've shown in documentation as well, behind the bathroom hallway, speaking to what are sex offenders, engaging in surveillance with the state at a venue, who are then hostile as you document them. That's what criminal summoning is about. And I captured video at 1:50 p.m. where the state's fake sun goes from what is over Sierra and Spring Street to what is the entrance area again, as I capture moments later. That is also documentation of what is federal stalking by entity in the bathroom, while the state is also creating amplified audible activity inside of that bathroom, filling directed light inside of this venue. And then you have what are minions patrolling in and out and crossing path as I am subject to surveillance while inside of that private space, and then crossing path as I exit. That is that obsessive stalking, keeping me surrounded in the path even as I walk out of the doors of the bathroom. And that is, it doesn't matter of the particular gender of that demon-possessed stalker. This is sex offenders of the male and female race, by the way. All right, it's doing it on behalf of the government. It is currently 1:53 p.m. and those are two videos that I just captured. This is P.O.C. So I did capture what is the state's fake sun that is over the back, and by back I mean the portion of the library facing Sierra, and filling the venue on both levels and also outside all around with directed light. And then I also capture what are the demons of the Fontana Police Department who you see patrolling in vehicles under that fake sun and in that directed light, and you're witnessing demonic activity while they do so. That's what I captured on video as I then walk out of the front entrance of the Fontana Lewis Library, and the state's fake sun, as I've already captured at around 3:50 p.m. While the state was filling that computer lab, I will remind you of that documentation that already exists. And that is what is mutually exclusive, let alone to just this same venue. You're talking about what is filling at every corner with what is directed light, and also it is exclusive to what the state is doing in Ontario as I remain in that city. It's called Stalking with Light. And that is understanding what the criminals of the Fontana Police Department are doing. They're not just ordinary criminals, though, not only because they're law enforcement, but because these are demons. And they're patrolling. You're looking at demons patrolling in engineered light while they are witnessing their own prosecution and revealing of their condition, which is demon possession. That's what the Fontana Police Department are doing on video. It is 3:53 p.m. Other notes for you to pay attention to. While I'm walking in the Fontana Lewis Library, you see the large Caucasian male with the facial hair. He's stalking. And you also know that you're stalking with regard to the environment that you are in. So you're talking about demons who are focused on you and maintaining that it's tracking your every move, maintaining presence in the path, which is what group stalking is. And they're doing so on what is that light activity that is impossible inside of the building, which is shadows on both sides of me while I'm in the side of the Fontana Lewis Library, while I'm walking from what is the portion of the library facing Sierra Avenue at Spring Street, where the state was maintaining its fake sun. And then I walk in and you are already aware of what is that directed light that fills a computer lab where I ordinarily remain. And the state fills that computer lab, which also does not coexist with placing any sort of light inside of the area in the front of the library, where you are acting as though the sun is setting, aiming light through those windows, which is necessarily occurring and not coming from a sun, actually, because sunlight is not aiming light horizontally. Sunlight is coming from a star that's above all of us and above the buildings, and it would result in shade. Not only that, you're talking about what's exclusive to remaining in Ontario versus remaining in Fontana over the same building, all right, in what is equally peculiar, very specific type of light, abnormal. while ongoing abnormal conduct by the people who surround in that environment, stalking with noise, coexist altogether. Like I said, it's currently 3:55 p.m. and I did capture those videos, and you're going to remember what already exists as that documentation as I captured around that same time, which is approximately 3:50 p.m. and that's Pacific Standard Time. And like I said, I'll remind you of that because that is compared with, you're going to remember that when the state is aiming what is orange color directed light as though the sun is also setting into the computer lab. That's what it's doing while it's aiming that directed light into the front. I'm sorry, that's the back of the library that's facing Sierra. That does not coexist, and that would be, again, not coming from actually the sun, which is above a building, not adjacent to it, aiming light horizontally through window spaces, moving it, spreading it across the floor. And it is also coming from what are different vantage points through the windows of the computer lab that are facing Arrow versus through that back portion of the library that is facing Sierra, which is facing west. The windows along Arrow, those are facing south. And the state's fake sun is moving from the front portion to the back portion of the library as well. So this is clear what the state is doing, moving around with its fake sun and also aiming directed light through every direction, actually. So that's what is captured. And it is currently 3:56 p.m. and this is P.O.C. While I've been sitting inside of that central area of the library, which the venue engaged in blocking off access to the computer lab for purposes of the pattern of conduct. All right, so I want to be clear. I have shown all the ways in which this venue in particular, which just represents the people of the state, is not only a stalker, but engaging in what is facilitation by virtue of that presence of that impossible light. Okay. And upon knowledge of that documentation, you're talking about what is blocking access to a room. And it is also at the same time engaging in what is the criminal intent to create more exposure. So while sitting in that area where the state is aiming its fake sun facing Sierra Avenue and Spring Street, you have what are demons on the second floor, and they're walking back and forth in engineered light on the second floor. They are stalking with noise all around together while they are maintaining presence in the path. You're talking about demons that are staring at a computer or talking on a phone or staring at a book like they're reading, or just sitting around while they're whatever it is that those demons are doing while they are stalking, engaging in surveillance with the government. They're doing it while that engineered light is present for that ongoing criminal purpose, and it's absolutely demonic. Okay, so I want to be clear that was the intent of blocking off access to the computer lab. And in addition, not only, like I said, that documentation does not cease to exist, that's serving for an affirmative prosecution, but also you're talking about what is the impossibility that documentation exists, the P.O.C is already established, and then what is this supposed to be that's suddenly visible through what is the the back portion of the Fontainebleau's library, when the state is keeping it visible, as I've shown you, through the window, aiming directed light all matter inside of the computer lab, and then you're aiming it, spreading it across that way. This is what I mean by the coexisting documentation. It is a big picture as opposed to slicing it apart. And so these demons are sitting in the computer lab with that ongoing directed light inside, as I've already documented before, while the state is at the same time keeping that object itself while I am sitting at the Sierra, that portion of the library in the depths. That is impossible light. Okay, speaking to what's just nothing but surveillance at this entire venue. All right, and then the demons of the Fontana Police Department, who are monitoring with black-faced demon-possessed stalkers, brown-faced demon-possessed stalkers, doesn't matter what your race is, has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. The government is monitoring and surveilling American citizens, and that is a false narrative created by demons who are monitoring you. I just want to be clear, that's the bigger picture. And that is a lie shown to be established when you are looking at not only what my documentation shows, those who I know who are African American engaging in criminal conduct with law enforcement. They're demons that are monitoring and seeking to obstruct justice together, which rebuts that notion of some Black Lives Matter. They don't have any issue with Black Lives Matter when they are engaging and targeting me together as the demon-possessed entity that it is. All right, that's when that doesn't exist. You're talking about that police department, which is the Fontana Police Department, while these demons of all races fill this venue, monitoring with that law enforcement agency. Okay, it's currently 3:59 p.m. This is P.O.C. 5YUJ106 molesting at Sierra and Orange Way at 7:48 p.m. And 8YWY214. License 8WOM
302, I believe. Can't really see that clearly. Now I'm crossing Orange Way, walking. This would be walking east on Orange Way. I'm sorry, I'm walking west on Orange Way at Sierra. Alrighty, and molesting. These are nothing but stalkers, and they're all just being predators, waiting around, wanting to molest. All right, that's a sex offender. License. Come on now. License 7RDP686 8VYN300 8NSX610 8UFB420 7HML815. Can't really see that one. That says JORGE. Jorge something. Couldn't see the rest of it. Jorge's not a natural born citizen. Those are the ones we ship them out. Have enough demons filling the grounds in the Union. It's 7:50 p.m. All right, this is monitoring at 16838, the Gardens at Sierra. In large shadows while demons walk by, which is stalking in the path while demons are lined up at the traffic light. These are literally an army of minions while directed light is molesting my body. And Gardens at Sierra is monitoring to that as well. License BT18882, paper molesting 6XWK956 6ZZB306 6W97484 7SKW677, I believe. Can't really see the rest of them. All of them molesting. All right, and these demons that are walking around on the sidewalk are crossing path in that directed light. They're demons pacing all around. All right, and again, that venue is called Gardens at Sierra, where demons like to stalk at La Tapatia Furniture. Gardens at Sierra is a facilitating venue, is monitoring to that sexual violence. It's in relevant position, so let me not leave that property out, okay? It is currently 7:51 p.m. All right, license plate 8VHF011. Just reading a license plate of a vehicle parked on the property of Enterprise Rent-A-Car on Sierra Avenue. It's in the parking lot, relevant position, ongoing molestation, stalking in the path. You have a demon sitting on the property in relevant position while ongoing directed light. You're not talking about what's just a homeless bum. All right, that's a stalker. And maintaining presence in the path. You hear Omnitrans creating an ongoing chorus. That's Route 19, bus 1287. Crossing path at 7:54 p.m. And they're loitering while the other demons that are driving south on Sierra Avenue crossing path are molesting. Okay, molesting at Baker's. This is a sex offender. Oh, we don't have any. I'm shocked. I am shocked. They like to engage in hiding at the Baker's drive-thru. I was ready to get some license plates right there. License plate 8TEM477 4UGY211 7U55561. And it's 7:55 p.m. I'm at the Arco, by the way. This is where I'm getting license plates. 8WWL449. They're sitting in the parking lot, sitting in front of gas stalls, inside of the store, stalking in the path. AJPP537. And it's 7:55 p.m. 8WMG675. 67188X1. In case I did not read that one at the Arco. And 8XDR855. I'm pretty sure I read that one. I did not read this one over here. That's audible activity as I walk past this minion's car. Being a stalker at gas stall number 7. 7SKW572. 7MO2146. That's called stalking with activity. Simultaneity of noise and engineered light while you are maintaining presence all around. That's what demonic activity is. That is what is accomplishing interstate stalking, monitoring, stalking using communication devices to do so. Omnitrans crossing path with an out-of-service bus as a signage. They're stalking and monitoring. License 1234516, bus 1224 is the instrument used to engage in crossing path and light activity creation. It's 7:58 p.m. All right, so I want to point something out. Metrolink is engaged in P.O.C. and other demons that are in relevant position. And monitoring is the non-church in relevant position while activity is underway. Mission Cristiana La Hermosa,
It's not a genuine church. And Pastor, let me tell you what's going on with Mr. Pastor Miguel and Noemi Salazar. They are demons. They're religious ones. They're minions, okay? Practicing religiosity while they are engaged in the demonic targeting system. Right here at 8812 Sierra Avenue. Minions are lined up in relevant position, monitoring with communication devices, and there is no exception to that. I want to be clear. Just wanted to point that particular venue out while I hear a minion on a microphone, like they're giving a testimony. It's called audible activity. That's the malice with which Satan engages in the pattern of conduct. All right, those are nothing but religious minions. Monitoring with Metrolink, monitoring with the demons while I capture and still images. You're looking at relevant position and light activity while I am walking, and Metrolink is the guise under which is the method, is the facilitator for what is ongoing criminal conduct of monitoring with communication devices and engaging in what is terrorism satanic. It's 8:01 p.m. That's Metrolink engaged in P.O.C. 8:04 p.m. leaving from the Fontana Metrolink train station, which is crossing path and audible activity, amplified audible activity creation, serving for massive monitoring, and doing so through a commercial means on behalf of a state that's engaged in surveillance. And that is going what is eastbound on from the Fontana Metrolink train station, excuse me, and that's P.O.C. All right, let me get this Route 82, bus 1268, crossing path. And I'm gonna get this one over here. They're coming too. This is license 1399982 at 8:09 p.m. Route 66 is sitting here. They're molesting. They're all molesting together. License for Route 66 is 1535754. Route 19, license 1387340. Bus 1256 leaving the property right now. The Fontana Metrolink train station at 8:09 p.m. It's 8:12 p.m. Loitering in relevant position. Crossing path, monitoring to Metrolink audible activity, molesting with 66, and I'm being molested with directed light. Directed light covers the grounds of the Fontana Metrolink train station. It's nothing but a venue. This is license plate 1420029, bus 1284, route 15 at 8:12 p.m. leaving the train station. 8 MWT 405, 7 MVV 250. This is the Ontario Airport. It's 9:06 p.m. 6GHX 172. Ontario Police group stalking at the airport. Directed light like I'm showing you on video streaming through the center of the bus. Ontario Police are group stalking at the venue. The demons that are at Terminal 2 using hazards. Stalking in the path with their brake lights, turn signals on, bell cap, 91918L2, 22520Y1, 35022E2. Monitoring to that light activity and the directed light that's on the bus, the impossible light that's on the bus. All right, at M license, oh, I read that one already. It's currently 9:07 p.m. This is P.O.C. at the Ontario Airport. 9647OF1. Ontario PD stalking with light in the path with 9647 OF1, maintaining presence on the side of the bus. They're surrounding in traffic with directed light that's filling the bus. 93855W1 bell cap. It is currently 9:09 p.m. This employee
employee is an African American female. She's wearing black synthetic braids back in a ponytail, monitoring with the minions that are getting on and off the bus. I captured an image at approximately 8:22 p.m. until 8:24 p.m. where she is engaging in loitering in the path and taking off behind schedule while she's monitoring me, and doing so through what is the maintenance of presence at the front of the bus while the state sounds sirens and directed light fills the bus, and the Omnitrans are patrolling out of the parking lot of the Fontana Metrolink train station. Also, this employee number 3377 engaging in the pattern of conduct with American Medical Response who crosses path on Marigold, sounding sirens, crossing path with lights and sirens, stopping sirens as soon as they pass me, and that is this employee representing the people of the state engaging in the pattern of conduct with the entity. This employee number 3377 monitoring and group stalking, terrorizing with California Highway Patrol, who is crossing path on what is Milliken, and that is also on the on the surveillance cameras while we are leaving the Ontario Mills. That's P.O.C. at the Ontario Mills, stalking with law enforcement, the form of presence being California Highway Patrol. And this is upon taking off from the Ontario Mills before getting onto Inland Empire Boulevard. American Medical Response engages in stalking in the path with lights and sirens at approximately 8:32 p.m. It is currently 9:10 p.m. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department stalking in the path as well on San Bernardino Avenue, which turns into 4th Street. 8TNE 357, I believe. 61893B3. And all these minions on the bus are monitoring with the state as well. That's 61893B3. The shadow of this vehicle is pacing, just like I've shown you when I'm walking inside of the Older Family Community Library. That's how you know this demon is a stalker, is listening to every syllable that I'm stating and is maintaining presence beside me. 8PQV831. That's a demon-possessed psychopath. The same exact light activity when you see my shadow pacing in front of me, that's what this light activity of this vehicle has. It's impossible light activity, and that's the identity of a goofy-looking demon showing the psychopath that they are stalking with employee number 3377 and all the minions on this bus. It is 9:11 p.m. The state engaging in flashing directed light on the bus, substantial flashing of light, while I identify that goofy-looking demon stalking in a vehicle, having no form whatsoever, stalking with the government, and while directed light flashes on the bus. And Ontario PD, those goofy-looking demons crossing path as well while we're still on Airport Road. And that's at 9:12 p.m. an employee 3377 engaging in the pattern of conduct with all those state actors. 7UTB 930. We are now turning on to what is Vineyard off of Airport Road. GYG 961, I believe, and it's currently 9:12 p.m. 61893B3 is group stalking with Ontario Police as well. They're terrorists. Okay, so it's at the Vineyard and Hope Boulevard intersection right now, at where the Circle K is, where I've shown you the fake sun that's over this vineyard. This is a intersection where we're at right now at a red light. So it is 1850 East Hope Boulevard. That's where we're at, and it's 9:13 p.m. And employee number 3377 engaging in federal stalking, terrorism, demonic activity with the Ontario Police Department, the California Highway Patrol, and American Medical Response. She's driving bus number 2359. It's 9:14 p.m. 4DSB080 at Grove and Hope Boulevard.
Thank you, my sir.
That's a minion, both of them. They're creating audible activity while they cross path. License 7GRP 738. Holton campus. It's 9:17 p.m. License CA20N09. That's a red Jeep. It's a paper plate. 7BTW 887.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
Si posible. Favor usar la
It's
puerta
9:18 p.m. arriving at Holt and Lemon right now. All right, this is license plate 1545838, bus 2359. Also molesting upon arrival at Fontana Midland train station. And that is employee 3377. That is P.O.C. It's 9:19 p.m. License N700B0. All right, the little white girl, she's looks about 4'9", 4'10". She's got a name badge that says Amber H. Take an image of her. You see the Stater Brothers logo. That's Stater Brothers being a sex offender. Amber H being a sex offender acting on behalf of the people. Capture that image at 9:18 a.m. She's bursting in while I'm using a hand dryer. That's a demon that wants to cross path while activity is being created and creating activity by coming in. Washes her hands, wets her hands, doesn't use the dryer, knows that I took a picture of her as well, crossing path by exiting. This is P.O.C. That's federal stalking in the bathroom at Stater Brothers. It's 9:19 a.m. And that's called impossible audible activity. As I touched the doorknob, that's called stalking with activity. It's the same exact demonic conduct for purposes of federal stalking in a bathroom. And that is why the demon-possessed are sex offenders. The state of California is a sex offender. And you're not dealing with normal people, you're dealing with demons. All right, that's P.O.C. That's a microphone in the bathroom. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. What's your name?
Eddie.
Okay, Eddie's engaged in patrolling. He's maintaining presence outside the women's bathroom, being a sex offender while the state's amplifying that audible activity. Eddie's an African-American male. He's going to be seen on the cameras inside of Stater Brothers, monitoring with the rest of the minions. Hi.
Juice. He only has the 4-pack of Tropicana.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's federal stalking by Eddie in the bathroom, and Eddie's standing in the hallway while you heard that audible activity being created with simultaneity to what I'm doing, while Amber H is patrolling inside creating activity, okay? That's sexual violence by demons who are monitoring together under a fake sun over the Stater Brothers. EV346, handicap. Amber H is now on the cameras walking in the parking lot. 13132J1. 54232E1. 7MUU741. 6NXZ805. All right, and that's the sex offender now monitoring me in the parking lot by walking around on the asphalt with the shopping cart. That's a demon who also wants to stalk you in the bathroom and create activity. 38397J2, 7VLE956, monitoring with the demons that are stalking around in the hallway, in the bathroom. She's in the parking lot monitoring. 7TTY892, 8CHN384, 8RZU287, 4GOY971, 05179P2. Alrighty, it is currently, by the way, 9:21 a.m. That's the sex offender, and that's the demon of Amber H. Okay, she's a demon pacing back and forth. Instead of taking all the cards, she takes one at a time. That's the demon that's pacing. She's trying to create activity. Alrighty, that's P.O.C. ROB3KKD. 7YJA 715 30386F3 8YAE 423. Monitoring with the Ontario Police who are patrolling on Hope Boulevard, driving around the perimeter of the museum while the third parties are patrolling on Holt in front of me and molesting with light. And I have shown you what are the demon-possessed Ontario Police Department. They're literally gargoyles in law enforcement uniforms. I've shown you my shadows surrounding me while they are stalking at the museum. That's exactly what they're doing while they're driving by, and I'm sitting at the bus stop of Women in Holt. And that's what they're doing. They're engaging in ongoing surveillance with the people. It is currently 9:27 p.m. P.O.C.